the whole team's involved, but it's just, that's the way it's going to be played. You can blame L.A. for this, right?
Well, it's a big media hype. We know that, and it's very important for me as a player, and one of the main focal points is to not take away from the team.
If the Bulls were to retain their focus as a team, they would have to weather an unprecedented media barrage.
No, I don't see myself getting any butterflies.
Oh, I have butterflies now.
It won't bother me. I mean, this is a chance of a lifetime.
Page 2 is first, Andy. 2 out of 10 on 7. Down to 5. Beat L.A. Yeah, who's next here? All the way. Got the wrong graphic up there to recycle. Go, Silver. Yeah.
You are looking at Chicago Stadium, and they are basketball crazy here in Chicago as we approach the start of the NBA Championship Series.
The keyed-up Bulls charged into their first final with raw emotion and raw nerves.
Michael lost the handle on the dribble to Devon. Cartwright backs in, left baseline, turnaround jumper, air ball.
But while Chicago struggled to shake their opening jitters, the more experienced Lakers looked to take quick advantage as Magic Johnson calmly directed their methodical attack.
6:50 to go in the first period. Great inside pass, entry from Magic to Worthy, who lays it in off the window.
Dictating the tempo, the Lakers seized control early and had the normally high-octane Bulls stuck in neutral.
Now we got to go out first stop this time to start playing basketball. Now get your confidence back. Be aggressive. Get up! Get up! Body on the move. Now to Jordan in for the right. Whoa!
Taking their cue from Jordan, the Bulls were finally off and running, forcing the Lakers into transition and storming back into the game. With their lead cut to 1, the Lakers would again look to Magic, who would provide not one answer,
Magic with a three-point shot, scores!
but 2.
All right, Magic fires a 3, good! Magic Johnson has taken over with 2 3-pointers in the last minute and a half of the third period.
A weary Jordan would again look to respond, but he would not do it alone.
Don't leave Michael alone here. It's not time yet. Right. You guys are running away from your offense. Don't run away from your offense.
Chicago would once again rally around Jordan.
Stolen by Armstrong, ahead to Jordan. Back to Armstrong, now to Michael for the penalty. Oh, good play. BJ spectacular.
With the Lakers' lead having all but vanished, both teams braced for a furious finish.
Magic is saying, calm down, calm down. Magic with the spin. The pass off the dribble of Devon. What a play. Magic Johnson. Jordan guarded by Scott. Jordan turns in the lane, gets the shot up. Good. Oh, yes. Scott. The Bulls come out there with it. Jordan wants to run down the left side. Pull up jumper. Good. We got the lead. Right. They got a score. They can really jump shots. Right. Oh boy, this is what coaches get paid for. Perkins goes for 3. He's got it. He went for the shot from downtown to take the lead. All right, here we go. Pointing time. Michael, if they all run at you, remember Scotty's right here. Bill's right here. Pass back to him. 9 seconds. A lot of time. Pass me the aspirin bottle. Get the oxygen tent ready. This is unbelievable. Bulls down by 1. 9 seconds to play. They lob it over the top to Jordan. Jordan gets it. Changes direction. Pull up jumper left side. Get it out. Get it out. Ball knocked loose. Grab by the Lakers. The Los Angeles Lakers steal game 1 from the Chicago Bulls.
It felt good. It rattled in the came out.
I just knew Michael Shaw was going in. When I seen it, it was on target, it was up high enough, I was like, this is it. It rattled in and rattled out. I was like, oh my goodness.
A lot of distractions. We're going to have to, that's something LA's gone through and learned how to deal with before. We haven't had to do that. We're going to have to learn in a hurry. We're going to win the series.
There's no question about it. This is singularly the biggest game in the 25-year NBA history of the Bulls franchise.
We felt like we were unbeatable, but, they told us wrong, and now we got to go back to the drawing board and come up with something new.
Los Angeles Lakers are in the catbird seat after lifting the home court advantage from the Bulls. You get to this point, and they will drown you, flat drown you.
Go down like you live tonight, okay? Take this game, let's wrestle it out of their draft and go to
Only two teams have ever lost the first two games of the finals and come back to win a championship.
Well, we know we got to win. I don't think we should panic, because when you panic, you really don't play your best basketball.
We've been in a situation a lot. We just about know what we have to do in those situations. But we're used to it.
The Chicago Bulls admit that this is the biggest game of their basketball lives.
They felt it about us because we were nervous. We lost our composure, and they thought that the nervousness and the tentativeness would have been there again, but it wasn't.
Led by a determined Michael Jordan, the Bulls would serve notice early that Game 1 was already a distant memory.
Michael Jordan just kind of running the show, distributing the basketball. What a pass from Jordan.
Jordan's biggest beneficiary was a resurgent Horace Grant, who poured in 10 first-quarter points.
Here's Grant.
I got embarrassed in the first game, and I just took it upon myself to take it to him in the next game.
The Bulls had turned their game up a notch, but the Lakers would not be easily shaken.
Perkins easily around Purdue, and he served up a facial.
And although the Bulls' offense was in high gear, the complexion of the game was about to change.
And that is number 3 on Jordan.
As the Bulls found their best defender in foul trouble, Chicago would need someone to step to the forefront.
Here's Magic with the basketball. Johnny at the top. Now we're taking Magic out of the ball. Got him.
The daunting task of containing the Lakers' living legend now fell upon Scottie Pippen.
To have the opportunity to play against a guy like Magic, someone that always idolized and watched, I felt like that I had to step up and put all that behind and go up and do my best.
Notice the matchup with Pippen on Magic, a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger, able to bump, be physical with Magic.
Pippen's smothering defense on Magic rounded the Laker attack, while the Bulls could now set their sights on ruling the airwaves.
Jordan with the step and the bucket. Michael Jordan on fire. Jordan. Yes. The Bulls have exploded. Rolling an alley-oop pass underneath the... Oh, it's good! Yes! 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 Under pressure, right corner Paxson. He comes up shooting and... Oh, Johnny! Here's Pippen. The Bulls blowing the Lakers out.
Led by an unconscious Jordan, Chicago exploded, showcasing a little bit of everything, and then some.
A spectacular move by Michael Jordan. That's 13 consecutive field goals.
Cliff threw it back to me, and I saw a clear lane to the basket, so I was going to dunk the ball. I exposed the ball, but then I saw long-arm Sam Perkins there, and it was just instincts to change it. I changed it to my left hand and was able to get it off.
When he came down the lane, he just, went one way, put it in one hand, floated about a 5 more yards, said, well, I don't know, and then he went off against the glass. So it was his game tonight. He really took it over in the second half. The only thing is, no matter if you get beat by 1 or 20, it's still 1-1.
miss all the fast-paced, high-flying action of the THQ World Supercross. Every week on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.
The champions of the world on ESPN. Real Madrid defends their crown in the most prestigious prize of European football, the UEFA Champions League final. The superstars of the NBA bring their A-game in the hunt for the NBA championship. The champions of the world on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.
The Champions Tour once again calls together the world's top golfers. The Green Island Golf Club presents a new challenge just for invited guests. The Columbus Southern Open, Saturday on ESPN.
This week, we take you to Baltimore, Maryland for the 128th annual Preakness Stakes, where Funnyside was triumphant. Jockey Jose Santos led the attack as Funnyside cruised to a finish, winning by 9 3/4 lengths. They're one victory away from capturing the Triple Crown. ESPN celebrates Jose Santos and Funnyside, our athletes of the week.
History had not been kind to the visiting Bulls, who would never won a playoff game in this forum of champions.
If you're not nervous before a game, there's something wrong with you.
Despite their previous failings, Chicago ignored the pressure.
Go, baby. It's our game right here, baby. Come on, man.
As the game began, both teams traded shots. And in this pivotal contest, Chicago knew that the heavy artillery would soon begin their assault.
We want it. We're going to have to take it. It's not going to be given to us. We have to get up on them and pressure them and make them work for everything they get.
But in this physical struggle, neither team was giving ground. Though the Bulls would manage to cling to a one-point lead going into the half, they would once again find themselves in foul trouble and in need of an adjustment.
Good first half here at the Forum.
The strategy that had befuddled L.A. in Game 2 now played into their hands as the prepared Lakers quickly pounded the ball inside to Divac, who ignited an 18-2 third-quarter run.
And low to Vlade. Vlade against Jordan again. Down the middle, he gives to Worthy. Worthy gives to Perkins. Slam dunk.
The Lakers would build a commanding 13-point lead while the Bulls searched for answers.
Beautiful passing. I like Vlade's pace.
I was wondering when Phil was going to put me in. I just sat there and waited my turn and just, I said, well, when I get in, I got to make something happen.
Well, if he does that, you got to step up.
Cliff Livingston would answer the call, sparking Chicago with his contagious intensity as the emotionally charged Bulls willed their way back into the game.
Checked it emphatically by Livingston. Beautiful look away. Jordan for Pippen.
The momentum had shifted.
And now it's Mike Dunleavy burning a timeout. 8:42 left in the
For
fourth.
nearly 4 quarters, the two teams had been locked in an epic showdown. And as the game hung in the balance, the role of hero had yet to be cast. In the game's final seconds, Vlade Divac would seemingly stumble into stardom.
Going for the game winner. Divac fumbled it, recovered. Yes, and it counts.
Divac's dramatic three-point play would give L.A. a 2-point lead.
Oh, no. 33.
And Scotty took on a 6th foul. It was now Michael Jordan's turn to take center stage and to to seek redemption.
Almost like game one right down to the second. And the Bulls were unable to score in game one in the closing seconds to avoid defeat. And they're going to take at the end. They're going to take at the end of the court all the way. They have no timeouts left. Full court press. Jordan against Byron Scott. According to Lane, comes up shooting. Got it. Game tied with 3.4 left.
The Bulls would share Jordan's redemption.
Michael Jordan.
When he shot, it was like, we're winning this. You know, we went overtime, we're winning this. And there was no doubt about it.
The Bulls had withstood the Lakers' charge.
Michael comes away with it. Cliff Levingston took the charge, and there was no foul call. Paxson's shot from the left is in.
The Lakers had experience and the home court on their side.
Michael spins out.
But the Bulls had Michael Jordan.
Is in. A spectacular play by Jordan.
This is a bitter loss for the Lakers because they're always...
And the series lead.
Well, on that point, let's go downstairs. Mike Dunleavy, the Lakers coach, is breaking it down.
Well, we're in a ditch. Not in a hole, we're in a ditch.
Can't stop congratulating you.
I'm hearing all about that, and I love Liverpool fans. Believe me, I do.
You're doing a great job.
America is not set up for producing players and pushing them through a system.
Your comments are always fantastic.
I thought you were a traditionalist, Eddie. How could you tamper with the rules like that?
The ideal combination.
Hey, it's live television. What are we supposed to do?
Press Pass, every Friday on ESPN.
With the UEFA Champions League final later this month, ESPN presents a look back at some of the greatest championship games of the past. Relive the drama, the history, the memories that last a lifetime. The UEFA Champions League finals, the stuff that dreams are made of. From last year, Real Madrid takes on Leverkusen on ESPN.
Let's go get him, bro.
We're not satisfied yet.
The assault came quickly. And from every conceivable angle. As Chicago's offensive barrage kept the Lakers at bay.
John Paxson has been a crusher.
And though there was still some magic in the air as L.A. narrowed the gap.
Important sequence for the Lakers. Magic.
Johnson's bag of tricks could not prevent another Bull run.
Michael rebound, quick on his pass down court. Michael to Pippen, a jam!
Stay on the verge of giving up, boys. We keep right at it.
They're having a hard time building the energy.
We don't have any.
The attack was unrelenting.
Again.
And suddenly, Chicago was within one game of the NBA championship.
You know, the thing about it is that I can't feel bad because they've just given us a nice butt kicking.
With the title on the horizon, the Bulls were reflective.
You know, you worked all this time to achieve the goal, and I think that when you first get in the league, all your goals are more individual. As you've been in the league a little longer, you understand that the most important thing is the team. And your credibility is measured by your team's success. And winning an NBA championship is obviously the ultimate.
Let's go. That's what we worked for all season long, guys. Let's take it home. You ready?
I got a lot of excitement inside of me. I guess I've been holding it for about 7 years now. I think when I first came with the Bulls, it was a struggle. And we had to turn the whole situation around. Each year we saw improvement. We saw the different levels that we had to get to. And now to this ultimate level.
The leaves on the trees, they are so crowded today. You got the birds and the bees, you got the sun in the way. But when the sun comes out, I'm calling you out. Now when the sun comes out, I'm calling you out.
Michelin, discover a new driving experience.
The leaves on the trees, they are
experience.
ESPN brings you the fastest quarter mile in all of sports, NHRA drag racing. Feel the power as these high-octane land rockets risk everything for speed. NHRA drag racing on ESPN.
With a record of 25-2 and 35-1, what do these two need to do to get into the top 10? Well, maybe the next victory will help either one conquer that goal. Lance Whitaker versus Andre Perlich, tonight on ESPN. All the stories of the football world are on ESPN's Press Pass. Join its panel of commentators as they analyze all the news and buzz of the football planet. Press Pass.
The NBA playoffs on ESPN. The Pistons and the Nets are locked in a fight for Eastern Conference supremacy. Don't miss Pistons-Nets Game 3 tonight. The NBA playoffs on ESPN.
After 25 years, this is the game that Bulls fans have been looking for. Let's go, Bulls! Take it home! The Bulls with a chance to wrap up the World Championship tonight.
Good work, man. We've been waiting for this. That's good work, all right? Let's go.
Even with James Worthy and Byron Scott sidelined, the Lakers quickly showed that they were not going to simply step aside for the Bulls' coronation.
Here's Magic. He had a notion to go to the hoop.
But as they had all series long, the Bulls were quick to respond.
Divac with a bounce pass in Jordan and Steele. Tight ropes the sideline all the way to the hoop for the dunk. Even the fans here wanted that one. Lonnie Divac in the face of John Paxson.
The Lakers' frustration was clear as the Bulls began to pull away.
Oh, what a shot by Bill Conroy. There's a steal. Michael on the breakaway. Showtime as he skies into the air. And here Jordan throws it down. You're getting a fair shake. Just stay in here. You never know.
Searching for an answer, L.A. looked to its young bench.
Look pass underneath Ellis Campbell for the two-handed monster jam.
But the Bulls wouldn't even break stride.
Oh, what a move by Michael Jordan. And here come the Bulls on a 3-on-2, tipping off the hesitation dribble. A spectacular end-to-end move.
With an intensity born of desperation, the Lakers would make one final run.
Takes the return pass, and tomahawks in it goes. And the crowd goes nuts here at the Forum. Just when it looked like the Bulls might blow out the Lakers, L.A. comes back with a 6-point run, and they take the lead.
But Chicago's confidence was unshakable.
Tighten up. That's the term. Just tighten up a little bit. Not. All right? Not too hard. Loosen up.
It was time for the Bulls to bring their championship journey to an end. The Lakers could only helplessly watch as Chicago soared past them.
Tipping down court, throws it down.
When we run like that, you know, it's hard for any team to beat us.
The goal for which Chicago had worked so long was finally within their grasp. And as they reached for it, they also touched something within themselves.
It's not the financial rewards, but it's those minutes that we spend together in very critical times, in very pressured times on the floor and sometimes in the locker room, in which guys are of one mind and they are of one effort. That is really the wonderful thing about ball.
They had grown up together. And as John Paxson brought their season to a close, they knew they had become a part of history, part of a team, part of each other.
Each player understands what his role is. It's all a process of being together and understanding each other and enjoying playing with everyone. I mean, this group, we have a great bond between us.
Starting to say the word, Bulls. Your champ, baby. Hey, excuse me. This is what please me, final seconds. Magic's three-point attempt blocked. Pippen comes away with it. And the Chicago Bulls have won their first ever NBA championship.
Three things came into play. We said,